Okay, so the next thing that we learn is how to make data bars, color scales, and icon sets. This is something which is extremely interesting. As we have learned 2D charts, then we saw in the bubble chart as to how to make 3D chart into a 2D chart. Here you will see the charts, basically the visualizations done inside each and every cell, so that you understand the importance of the data in those cells. Okay, making this is extremely easy. Here we'll try to learn as to how the conditional formatting works. But the first step is to select the data that we have to make the data bars or color scales or icon sets for. Okay, so we'll select the data. This is the data that basically I'm looking for, and I want to make the data bars here. So I'll go to conditional formatting. The first option here is the data bars. So you just have to select one, either one, any one. You just have to select this, and that's how you make a data bar. As you can see here, the maximum value visually is 10350, right? And that's why it has the bar completely filled up, correct? And when you look at the minimums, this product C has the minimum value, and it is somewhere here, right? 2144. So visually I can see it easily as to what is the minimum, what is the maximum value, and that's what is basically shown with the help of the data bars. Okay, so the next thing that we'll try to see is the color scales. I believe you might have seen or learned a concept called as heat maps. So what does a heat map do? It shows a darker shade as the value approaches to a certain specific value, and then it goes to a lighter shade if it is not that value, right? So here I'll just select something. So when I do this, you will see here that 2144 is the minimum value, hence it is the darkest, and 10350 is the maximum value, hence it's the darkest. And all of the other values are in the shades from this specific color, that's say orange or red, to green, right? So that's the significance of color scale. It shows a kind of heat map which basically derives and tells me as to how the distribution is. By looking at this, I can clearly say that product A and product E are performing well because they are on the greener side, and product C is the worst performing product because it is all in red, right? So the next type of conditional formatting that we'll see is the icon sets. So these are similar to what we saw in the data bars, but these show in comparison as to how exactly the data is changing. So when you look at this, when I selected the first option there, when you look at this, it shows that, okay, the green arrow shows an increase, the green arrow shows an increase here, right? The yellow, the red, it shows a decrease. So this is how the icon sets help me. The icon sets, instead of plotting everything on a bar graph or a line chart, I can see everything in each and every cell, and it helps me to derive to a conclusion very easily as compared to the other charts.